What stance can defeat ultimate cars is a question often asked in the Jojo community. There are countless, and I mean countless videos made about this topic. But today let's do something that, as far as I know, no one has ever done before. That is going through every single one of the stands to tell you which of them win and which of them lose. Okay, on Rary, that just sounds like another stand that can defeat cars video, but it's different, so I'll say something about every stand. But before we start, I need to outline one important thing. What does Ultimate Cars even do? I'll keep this part super short. First of all, Cars is immortal. But that doesn't mean he can't be killed. That basically means he can die from old age, sunlight, or really any damage from the environment, and can regenerate any damage fast, really fast, insanely fast. Second of all, superhuman strength and intelligence. I guess that's pretty self-explanatory. Third of all, shapeshifting. He can turn himself or his body parts into literally anything, which not only gives him more ability to dodge and attack, but also allows him to survive even more stuff than he already can. Also, for purposes of this video, Cars can see and interact with his stands. Also, I'll be reviewing the stands more or less in order they appear in the show. Also, spoilers for every part, even the news part 9. With that out of the way, let's start with... Star Platinum. Cars is immune to punches. Time stop of Star Platinum Zavarda doesn't help either, since no matter the time, it still just punches. Hermit Purple. I know that Joseph defeated Cars before, but that time it was based on luck a lot. This time, there won't be any volcano, therefore no way to send Cars to space, and I don't think Hermit Purple will help Joseph a lot. Yeah, Cars wins, especially since Joseph is way older in part 3. Magician's Red. Cars is immune to fire. Hierophant Green. Well, it doesn't even work well against other people, let's be honest. Robes also won't work. Well, it can, however, try to take control over Cars' body, which it has done in the show against some pretty powerful foes, like Death 13. But chances of success are very slim. Holy Stand. It doesn't do anything besides hurting its user. Yeah, I don't think it can defeat Cars. Tower of Grey. Cars is immune to physical damage. Silver Chariot. Cars is immune to physical damage. Again, Dark Blue Moon. And again, Cars is immune to physical damage. Here it's even worse, because this stand loses its only advantage of humans are not water creatures. Strength. A ship versus a god. A hydrogen bomb versus a coughing baby. Ebony Devil. Once again, Cars is immune to physical damage. Possession of objects won't change it. Yellow Temperance. This one actually can defeat Ultimate Cars, because besides changing its user's appearance, it can also slowly but surely devour flesh. It won't probably devour Cars at first, since he'll regenerate faster than Yellow Temperance can hurt him, but eventually it will grow big enough to devour Cars' food. And even if it won't, it'll still be a great distraction that Cars won't be able to get rid of, because this thing is extremely hard to destroy. Emperor. A gun won't deal any damage to Cars. Hanged Man. Cars won't be able to hurt this stand, because it only appears in reflections, but this stand won't be able to hurt Cars, since these knights are just like backstabbing creatures to him. Empress. Cars could just shapeshift to get this thing off of him. Wheel of Fortune. Car versus God. Hydrogen bomb versus a baby that's not even coughing. Justice. It won't be able to take control of Cars, since all of his wounds heal instantly. Although if Justice works very fast, faster than Cars' regeneration, it might work. But you'll need something to even deal this wound, because scissors won't work, Cars is literally bulletproof, and he'll probably regenerate. This whole Justice creates... yeah, it just doesn't work no matter how hard I try. Lovers. Even if it multiplies damage 100 times, it still won't be enough to defeat Cars. Sun. Cars is literally immune to sun and heat. Death 13. That would work if Cars falls asleep, but that won't happen since I think he doesn't sleep. Judgment. It can create nearly perfect copies of anything out of dirt, so a person might just wish for a volcano that would send Cars into space or something along those lines. Although, besides the user, we may need a person who asks for a wish, since Judgment is never shown granting its users' wishes. High Priestess won't be able to deal any damage or even imprison Cars in a pile of rocks, since Cars would just punch through them. Fool. Cars is once again immune to physical damage. Looks like I'll be seeing that a lot. Gap. Physical damage. I was right. Hnum. Literally not even remotely helpful. Thoth. Could work if it predicts how to defeat Cars, but let's be honest, it never works. Anubis. This stand will defeat Cars if you somehow force him to grab the sword, but ultimate beings don't need swords, so it's unlikely that he'll grab it. Bastet. Will be irritating, but won't defeat Cars, especially since he'll probably be able to reverse the effects. Sethan. This one will defeat cars, since it not only reverses the victim's age, but also reverts their abilities. Stefan can just turn cars back into normal cars, that can burn into sunlight, or even just revert him back to a fetus, although that would take a very long time, maybe even a few years, since cars are just that old. Osiris will defeat Cars if Cars plays poker with Darby, which is extremely unlikely, especially since even if it will happen, Cars can just use his brick brain to win anyways. Horus might be able to freeze Cars in the same way he got frozen in space, but 1. We don't know if Horus can lift temperature slow enough, and 2. We don't know how long it will last. Atom, just like Osiris, but with video games, so same weaknesses and same ability to defeat Cars. Tenor sucks. This stand got defeated by a dog. Enough said. Kareem. This stand has the most chances to defeat Cars out of all part 3 stands. It just needs to take the ball form and erase Cars fully before he can regenerate. Zavarda. Basically a copy of Star Platinum, so won't defeat Cars because again, Cars is immune to punches. Crazy Diamond. Healing is cool and all, but it can't deal any damage to Cars. Aqua Necklace. Physical damage won't work, although it can possess people, so that might work. Zahanda. Just Scream but weaker, so yes, it can defeat Cars with some effort. Josuke once said that Crazy Diamond can't restore stuff that the Hando erases, so that can mean Cars can have a hard time regenerating. Bad Company. Physical damage won't work. Nijimura Father's Stand. We don't know what it does. It might have been Cars destroying Stand for all we know, because we know nothing about it. Echoes. Act 1 is just noise. Act 3 won't work on Cars, but Act 2, however, can make objects that have different properties. So why don't he write Deadly for Cars on something? It might not work, but it's still worth a try. The Lock may defeat Cars if Cars feels guilt, especially since Cars did a lot of things he might feel guilty about. Does Cars feel guilt? There's a good chance that he doesn't, in which case the Lock is just useless. Surface may take control of Cars' body for some time, but he won't be able to defeat Cars by itself, since it requires eye contact to control a person, and it can't just stay there forever. Love Deluxe. Physical damage won't work. Pearl Gem won't defeat Cars, but will let the user escape unharmed, since Cars probably wouldn't want to destroy a person who's not a fighter and whose cooking is just that good. Red Hot Chili Pepper. Electricity can only deal physical damage. Achtung Baby. No attack capability, but may help to avoid attacks. Heaven's Door. This is an OP stand. Just write a few things on Cars, and he will go to space himself. Easy win. Rat is powerful, but Cars regeneration is more powerful. Harvest, no attack capability. Cinderella, same. Killer Queen, if it touches a thing and activates, it will blow up. On a molecular level, even Cars won't be able to survive that. Kira can also do this thing like Killer Queen has already touched the doorknob thing to transmit the charge from an object to a person for an element of surprise, and also has sheer heart attack, which is indestructible and can serve as a distraction, and also has Bites the Dust, which can explode a person on a molecular level. Easy win. Atom Heart Father. Mostly remembered for keeping your hero alive, but can also trap people inside spirit holders. With that, you can trap Cars in a small space limited by a photograph, an internal prison for an internal prison, at least if you can keep the photo intact. Boy to Man uses again non-stand users like Cars. Earth, Wind and Fire mimics one ability of Cars, shapeshifting, but has 0 attack capabilities. Heavy Stuff may be able to suck Cars' life force very slowly if Cars won't be able to regenerate from that. Doubt it will work though. Stray Cat physical damage won't work. Superfly, another eternal prison. Or is it? Josuke and Okuyasu nearly broke it, but it started punching back. Cars doesn't care for punches, so he might break Superfly. Still definitely worth a try. Cheap Trick may defeat Cars, but there are 2 problems. 1. Can Cars regenerate from the state Cheap Trick leaves its victims in? And 2. The original user he's back. Enigma won't work because Cars has nothing to fear. Gold Experience. Normal version won't work because Cars can counter the life controlling ability, although Giorno may use damage deflection and healing to last longer. Requiem, however, will easily defeat Cars with the death loop. Cars may be an ultimate being, but he can't control fate. Sticky Fingers can trap Cars in a zipper dimension for all eternity, just needs to create a zipper big enough. Black Sabbath. I don't think this stand has combat capabilities at all. Soft Machine. Depends if Cars can regenerate from a deflated state. If not, the stand can defeat Cars by immobilizing him. Moody Blues may restore Cars' previous defeat conditions, but it will take too much time for it to be a viable solution. Sex Pistols. Emperor but worse than sentient, no chance of winning. Craftwork. May freeze cars in place, but it would require so many contacts with him, it's just not a viable option. Aerosmith. Physical damage, useless. Little Feet. I think cars can counter this with shape-shifting. Small cars is as dangerous as regular one anyways. Man in the Mirror. Another eternal prison, actually the best of all prison stands so far, since it can't be easily destroyed or escape. Just drag cars in the mirror, don't let him escape. You won. Purple Haze. I don't think Cars Regeneration can counter something this fast, although Cars may be able to create antibodies before he gets completely dissolved. Mr. President. It's just a room, can't even be used as a prison. Grateful Dead. Cars doesn't age. Beach Boy. Physical damage, won't work. Babyface. Physical damage. Again, White Album. Can freeze Cars until he stops thinking, just like in space. The question is, how long will it last? King Crimson. Despite time skip, can only deal physical damage, so can defeat Cars, even future prediction won't work. Clash. Physical damage again. Talking Heads. Cars is so antisocial he won't even notice this one for some time. Notorious Big. May not defeat Cars completely, but will at least guarantee an indefinite draw since it's invincible and can absorb flash. Spice Girl. I don't know how this would hinder Cars. Metallica. Can make a million scissors out of iron from Cars' body and still won't get close to defeating him. Natural Resources Workers stand. Cars is immune to lightning, and I don't think the worker can even fight in the state he's in. Green Day. Basically same as Purple Haze, the same problems and same chance of defeating Cars, which is pretty high. Oasis. Cars can use shape-shifting to easily adapt to melting ground. Silver Chariot Requiem. Transmit Cars to a different body with no abilities, defeat him while he's like that. Rolling Stones. Will work if Cars is predetermined to die anyways, which most likely just won't happen. Stone Free. Physical damage, won't work. Goo Goo Dolls. That's just Little Feet again. Manhattan Transfer. Another gun-related stand useless against Cars. Whitesnake. Can make Cars fall in a coma by removing his memories and abilities like he did with Jotaro. Kiss. That's physical damage, won't work. Highway to Hell. Lovers but weaker, so won't work. Or would it? The question is, does it reproduce the damage or the state the user is in? For example, in this scene, does it retrace the damage from strangling or the state of being strangled? If first, it loses. If second, when the user gets into a state of non-living, will Cars do so too? Probably not. Foo Fighters. Not much attack capabilities and all of the damage is physical anyways. Boiling Water stand. This guy can survive lava, will literally do nothing. Marilyn Manson. Similar to Osiris, but with physical damage, won't work. Burning Down House, no attack capabilities. Weather Report. Cars can survive any weather condition, even lack of oxygen, and can counter heavy weather snails by just shape-shifting. Diver Down. Can try to connect Cars' brain to a frog to make Cars think like one, but Cars will probably counter it by shape-shifting again. Jump and Jack Flash. May immobilize Cars for a while, but he'll probably find a way to move around. After all, it's not the lack of air that defeated him before. Limp Bizkit, physical damage. Survivor, no attack capabilities by itself. Planet Waves is powerful but still physical damage. Dragon's Dream, may allow an indefinite draw if the user will always stay in powerful areas. This stand might also become more useful by not telling Cars about the ability since it starts for fairness and Cars already has an unfair advantage. Yo-Yo Ma, I don't think the acid is strong enough to counter Cars Regeneration. Green Grass of Home. Once again, small Cars is still dangerous and probably can just change his size by shapeshifting. Jailhouse Lock. Can make Cars have trouble due to memory loss, but he'll still be dangerous. Good as support, won't work by itself. Bohemian Rhapsody. This thing can bring to life any fictional character, and by that I mean any, including any OC you made on the spot, which is literally how it got defeated. So you can just create a Cars defeating OC, make it come to life and defeat Cars like that. Sky High. Cars can just kill all the roads thrown at him. Underworld. May recreate Cars' previous defeat conditions with volcanoes, sending him back into space. Sea Moon. I think Cars can regenerate from these punches. Made in Heaven. Can speed up fast enough to send Cars back into space. The question is, if universe resets, will Cars be brought back to Earth? If yes, how pushy will make Cars stay in space? Task. First 3 acts won't be useful, but act 4 is completely OP and will definitely defeat Cars with an infinite spin attack. Hey ya! The stand itself just gives encouragement, but Pocolocus' sheer abnormal luck may just be enough to defeat Cars. After all, Cars was defeated by sheer luck the first time. Tomb of the Boom. Busted but weaker, won't work. Oh lonesome me.
Rope?
Won't work. Boku no Rhythm wo Boku no Rhythm wo Kite Cure.
Bombs?
Unlike Killer Queen won't work because it's just an object exploding, not Cars exploding on a molecular level. Wired. Physical damage. Scary monsters. Cars can just counter this by shapeshifting. Cream Starter, same thing. Mental will confuse Cars, but has no attack capabilities to defeat him. Catch the Rainbow, not only just physical damage, but also depends on the weather, in a silent way. Echo Sack 2, but better, can probably just ride deadly for Cars on something, so Cars will be defeated if he touches it. Sugar Mountain, Cars can probably use his Galaxy Brain to avoid the curse, but if he doesn't and ends up not spending everything Captain, can Cars regenerate from this? Probably yes, he can shapeshift. Tattoo You, instead of one dead stand user we get 11. Tubular Bells, physical damage again. 20th Century Boy, Magenta won't receive any damage but won't be able to attack, so I guess it's an indefinite draw. Civil War can grant immortality to the user but has two problems. It can only do physical damage with pressure, and Cars might not just feel guilt, which makes the stand useless. Chocolate Disco, physical damage. D4C can bring Cars from another universe, throw him on GOG Cars, and annihilate them with a paradox, which I don't think even Cars can survive. Seek It to Ride. It deters any attacks on the user by sheer luck, and Cars once again was defeated already by sheer luck, so this will definitely work. Ball Breaker. Cars doesn't age, and his abilities aren't luck based, so it's useless. The World, we already went over this one. Soft and Wet. Early on in the part it was able to steal properties, so maybe it can steal Cars' sun immunity, who knows. Go Beyond won't work well since it's still physical damage. Fun. It literally barely works in the manga and relies on physical damage. California King Bad, like Jailhouse Log but way weaker, although may hinder Cars by making him forget about his abilities. Paisley Park may help avoid most of Cars' attacks but won't deal any damage. Born This Way has freezing, but there are two issues. Is it strong enough to freeze Cars, and can it last long enough? Holy Stand. Once again we don't know what it does, we never even see it. Killer Queen. That's Killer Queen part 4 but way stronger because it has multiple sheer heart attacks. A win once again. Less Feles. No attack capabilities. Not King Cole. The question is, can Cars regenerate from being disassembled by stand? If not, Jojo wins. If yes, the stand is useless. Paper Moon King will confuse Cars, but has no attack capabilities. King Nothing may be able to recreate the scene of Cars' previous defeat, but we never see it recreate something of this scale. I Am a Rock, busted but kinda stronger, has the same problem of basically being physical damage. Speed King, Cars is immune to hit. Doobie Wire, physical damage uses against Cars. Love Deluxe, Bolt Cars, lol. Skotsky number 1, no attack capabilities. Skotsky number 2, Cars is immune to poison. Vitamin C, I'm 99% sure Cars can regenerate from this. Walking Hard, physical damage. Milagroman, Cars don't need money, so Curse won't even work. Blue Hawaii can make Cars brain dead, thus rendering him unable to fight and basically defeating him. Doggy Style, like Stone Free but with even less damage options. Brainstorm, like Purple Haze but weaker, might eat Cars fully if it's fast enough to do so. Hair Clip, yes, silence include rocks and insects. In any case, no hallucinations will probably mentally affect Cars. Ozone Baby, Cars is definitely immune to pressure changes, he can just turn into a deep sea worm or something. Dr. Wu will help with deflecting attacks. Wu may also try to take control of Cars, but to do that he needs to fuse with Cars' bones, and Cars can use shapeshift to avoid that. Awakening 3 Leaves may somewhat work as a shield, although we never see deflect direct punches, but only deals physical damage. Wonder of You, this stand manipulates luck. If Cars pursues it, which will happen because they need to fight, bad luck will eventually just send Cars back to space or something. Do-do-do-di-da-da-da. Cars is immune to asbestos. Obladi, oblada. Devour Splash, but does it very slowly, kinda like Yellow Temperance but weaker. It may devour Cars fully if given the time, but considering it's an animal, Cars will probably shapeshift his way out of this. Space Kraken can capture Cars in between two cards, leaving him trapped for eternity, kinda like Sticky Fingers, but even better, because it doesn't require critical Giant Dipper. Ordinary Cars would walk. Radio Gaga. Cars is both immune to physical damage and probably mental trickery as well. Fumi Stand, if it's like Hermit Purple, it only has physical damage. November Rain. Cars can probably regenerate from this, especially since he is immune to pressure. Smooth Operators. No attack capability but may partially heal Dragona. The Hustle can only steal stuff, not attack. Zemate Kudasai. The question is, can it turn into fictional objects? If so, then it can turn into a Cars defeating object, although we may need a second guy to make the wish. If no, maybe it can turn into a volcano, although we never see it transform into something this big. Heaven's Door. It's Heaven's Door, we already know how OP it is. Cat Size. Cars is immune to physical damage. Big Mouth strikes again. May help Charming Man avoid the attacks by turning into sand, but has zero attack capabilities. Bag's Groove. This is the only virus stand that won't work against Cars, because he can easily regenerate the damage done by this thing, and a sickness even as serious as this won't be fatal to Cars. Glory Days. Gun stand, physical damage won't work. Hauler stand. Zero idea what it does. I bet it's powerful now. Well, that's it. If I needed to arrange a Stardust Crusader-sized Cars defeating team, 6 stands, I'll choose Cream, Killer Queen, Gold Experience Drag Queen, D4C, Task Pact 4 and Wonder of You. Yeah, most OP stands lol. Of course, Jojo is still ongoing, so there will be more stands in the future, but for now, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!